Westfall is one of the most remembered zones in World of Warcraft, but it really shouldn't be. There's no big moment, no big rewards, and compared to the newer zones in game, it's actually pretty simple. Yet almost everyone who plays it remembers it. So why? What is it about Westfall that sticks with players when many other zones don't? Well, it's not just one thing, it's how everything in the zone connects together, from the setting to the Defias Brotherhoods and all the way to the Deadmines. Westfall follows on from Elwynn Forest, which is calm, safe, and built to ease you into the game. In comparison, Westfall doesn't feel like that. It's muted, the bright colourful zone of the forest is gone here, and instead you are surrounded by dry, arid farmland, with worn down farms which have long since been abandoned. And there's a noticeable lack of structure compared to Elwynn. You've gone from somewhere stable into somewhere that clearly isn't. Here in Westfall, it feels like you arrived into the middle of something that is already breaking and in some places are broken. You aren't treated as a big hero who is arriving to fix everything, as the people here are just looking to survive another day. You're not starting a story here. You're walking into one that you already got glimpses of from Elwynn. Sentinel Hill is the main hub of Westfall. In classic WoW, it feels like a small outpost. It's limited by the fact that it's run by the People's Militia, a volunteer military built to try and keep the problems of the zone at bay. However, it feels like they're trying to manage a bigger problem than they can handle, and they can't control the zone. In modern WoW, Sentinel Hill is more developed, there's clearer organisation, and you actively take part in helping them to stabilise the area, including dealing with homeless citizens. But even with this change, it doesn't make everything feel fixed. The rest of the zone is still struggling. Sentinel Hill isn't really a place under control, but just a place where people are trying to fix it. Another reason modern Westfall sticks in our memory is because of one visually distinct part, the Raging Chasm. The chasm cuts straight through the land, breaking up the otherwise flat farmland, and is filled with a swirling tornado that hurls pieces of rock up into the air. It doesn't need a long explanation or a quest line to make it memorable. It just sits there in the zone as a constant interruption, and it adds to that overall feeling that something has gone wrong here. Then you've got the many farms which are scattered throughout the zone, like the Saldines farm or the Jansen's Stead. They aren't just quest locations you pass through, they feel like actual parts of the world. You end up helping to keep the harvest golems at bay, you gather ingredients for Westfall stew, and you're interacting with people who are trying to keep things going. These places help make Westfall feel like a real place with real problems, and not just a path of objectives that need completing. Then there's the Defias Brotherhood, the main reason Westfall stands out as a zone and is memorable. The Defias don't feel like random enemies, they have a proper storyline that runs throughout the zone, and even expands into others. From early on, you're dealing with them directly, clearing them out of farms, fighting them in the wilderness, and seeing them widespread throughout all of Westfall. It quickly becomes clear that this is organised. The Defias are not just your normal bandits, they're people who are pushed aside and turned against the system, and are connected. They're behind a lot of what is going wrong in the zone, and that's what makes them memorable. This leads directly into the Deadmines, and by the time you get there, it doesn't feel like just another dungeon, because it is the conclusion to the Defias Brotherhood storyline. You spent time dealing with the Defias, you've seen their impact across Westfall, so going into Deadmines and facing off against Elwynn or Vanessa Van Cleef feels like a proper payoff. In classic WoW, that's made even stronger by the fact that this is one of the first real group experiences. You have to find a group, work together, and figure things out as you go. It feels like the moment where everything comes together. Overall, that is what really makes Westfall memorable. It's not just one thing, it's how all of these parts connect. The setting, the tone, the Defias storyline, the Deadmines payoff. They all build into one clear experience. You're not just completing quests and exploring a zone, you're dealing with a zone that has a consistent problem running through it, from start to finish. And whether you've played it in classic or modern World of Warcraft, that core experience is still the same. It's just delivered in a slightly different way, and the retail version is a continuation of the classic story. And that's why Westfall sticks, not because it's the biggest zone, not because it's the most dramatic, but because everything in it works together to create something you actually remember. If you'd like to see more videos where I break down parts of Azeroth, then be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as more videos like these are to come. In the meantime, why not check out my Westfall travel guide video, where I explore the zone as if it were a holiday destination.